Beloved friends, welcome to PMC English. We are traveling in the path of Dhammapada and also understanding the Buddha and his philosophy. In today's episode, we are going to discuss on a special topic, and this is the main mantra in the Buddhism, and especially the Tibetan monks, the Avalokiteshvara, and he is the enlightened mystic in the Buddhism. And from his era, from his period, there is one culture in Buddhism that when a meditator or when a monk, after becoming the monk, so the spiritual master will give a mantra to chant for 1 year or 2 years according to their body and mindset. So they will give a mantra. So that what happens while chanting the mantra? What the essence of that mantra? And why a master will give a mantra to the disciple to chant? And what is the reason behind it? See, in any dharma, whether it is Hinduism or Buddhism, whatever may be the religion or sect, so they will give importance to this mantras. What happens when you chant a mantra? Why they will give mantra to chant? What is the reason behind it? See, in this chanting mantra, what happens? Naturally, you will get a concentration. When you concentrate on one word or one mantra, what happens? The whole world disappears to you, and you are disappeared from the whole world. Why? Because your total focus is on that mantra. Day and night, 24 hours, minute to minute, moment to moment. When you are get attached with that mantra, and when you get tuned with that mantra, then what happens? Naturally, the body will get balanced. How the body will get balanced? See, when you sit in one posture and close your eyes, and when you start chanting the mantra, what happens? This mind, naturally the mind will cling to the past or to the future. So when you chant this mantra, what happens? The mind will settle in the present moment. What happens when the mind settles in the present moments? It will die. Why? Because the mind does not exist in the present moment. It needs a platform. It needs a base, that is the past and the future. Then what happens when you chant a mantra? Naturally, your body, your mind, your heart, your emotions and your feelings totally will change from negative to positive. So in some scriptures they will say that when you chant a mantra, what happens? In your body some positive vibrations will come. What happens when the positive vibrations will come in your body? Naturally, whatever impurities are there in your body, it will wither away. And whatever impurities are there in your mind, it will go. Why? Because this mantras have some certain positive vibes and divine vibes that will purify the body, mind and heart. Naturally, what happens? A purification will come. So that is the reason why some Buddhist monks, especially the Tibetan monks and the Zen masters, some Zen masters, they used to give a mantra to the disciples. It is the part of the sadhana. It is not the whole, but it is the part of sadhana. Those who are coming, the beginners, the freshers, those who take the Dhammadiksha, or those who became monk, they will give that mantra to chant 24 hours. So what happens naturally, their body, mind and heart will prepare to sit in the meditation. Naturally, when you chant this mantra, you will get the concentration. After concentration, what happens? Then naturally, slowly, the concentration will turn into meditation. What is the difference between the concentration and meditation? In concentration, what happens? You will concentrate on one thing, whether it is a vision or a view or a mantra or the words of the Guru or some other sources. You will concentrate on one thing. If you concentrate on one thing, the other nonsense things will go away. The other things will run away from you. Only one thing will remain. So what happens when one thing is remain? You will enter into the oneness, one pointedness. Of course, the point is having, one is having, but you will get a concentration on that. So what happens when you get the concentration? Then unnecessary things, unwanted things will wither away. Then naturally you will enter into that silent state. So when a monk or a meditator will enter into that state, what happens? All impurities will go. Only the mantra will remain. The meditator who is chanting that mantra, or the monk who is chanting that mantra, what happens at that moment? Means he will totally become tuned with that mantra. What happens when he will become tuning with that mantra? Means naturally the body and mind will get purified. So this is one of the technique in Buddhism, to purify the body, mind and heart. So especially in Thailand, Tibet and Myanmar and some Buddhist countries, they will give this type of mantras to the monks in the beginning days. I mean those who come freshers, they will come, no, they will give 1-2 years sadhana like this, and after that they will take them to the higher levels. It is also a stage of sadhana. So especially now today we are going to discuss on that type of mantra which was given by the Tibetan monks, the Avalokiteshvara and some important Tibetan monks and Zen monks. So that mantra was Om Mani Padmeham. Actually, what is the meaning of this mantra? See, this whole world, this whole universe is existing mainly with two resources. The first one is sound and the second one is light. What is that sound? See, in every human being, in every creature, living or non-living, we have two stages. The first one is everything in this existence and every being in this existence will have the sound and the light. So whatever thing we touch, we will get sound, and in that we feel the energies also. Energy is nothing but light. Spirit is nothing but light. So this whole universe is composed of sound and light. In some scriptures they will say that this sound is the main resource for the formation of this universe. That is the soundless sound. That is the Om. So in Hindu scriptures, that is the Omkar. This is the soundless sound. In Hinduism, they will say Om. In the Buddhism, the Buddha will say it is the sound of silence, sound of emptiness. And some masters will say it is the Bhagavata, it is the one form of God, it is the one form of godliness. Sound is one form of the godliness. And some masters will say, Zen masters will say it is the one hand clapping. Generally, when in the physical world, if you have to make a noise, the two things will collide, then we will get the noise or sound. But this silence sound, this emptiness sound will come from the one hand, without the resource and without the source it will come. That is the one hand clapping. And Islam, they will say after their prayer in the mosque, they will remember that sound, that is Ameen. And in the Christianity, after their prayer, they will remember that sound, Amen. So, in every religion, in every scriptures, they have mentioned about this Om. Why? Because Om is the ultimate sound of divinity. It is the sound of godliness. So, in different religions and different sects, everybody will have discriminations with the philosophies, with the ideologies, and with the different types of discriminations that they have. But at one point they will unite. That is the sound. That is the Om. They will unite at this point. So we can see different types of words about this Om in different types of scriptures. So while coming to this mantra Om Mani Padmeham, this Om is the universal sound. So we have sound and light to every human being, to everything, whether it is living or non-living, we have both. Without sound and light, this universe does not exist. See, we are talking. How we are talking? And where our voice will get? From where these words are exploring from ourselves? These are exploring from our inner voice. That is the Om. See, in our body, there are 7 centers. And we have one heart center also. What is the name of that center? Anahata. Anahata means what? In universe, we have 2 sounds. Ahat sound and the Anahat sound. Ahat means what? The sound which come by the union of 2 things. See, we are talking, we are speaking. How we are speaking? Our vocal cords will collide each other inside that throat. So that is the reason why voice is coming. And when we come to that Anahata means it will come without the base. It will come without any original resource. If you search for that sound, you won't get the source. It will come, that's all. Why? Because it is the sound of existence. It is the sound of godliness and it is the sound of universe. See, when we see the universe, each planet will have a sound. The existence will have the sound. And the space have some sound. See, when we sit silently in an empty room, you will get one sound. What is that sound? Have you observed? From silence it will get. That is the sound of silence. So the Buddha will call it is the sound of emptiness. So that is the Om. Money means what? It's a jewel. What is the jewel? What happens when you chant this mantra? So while chanting this mantra, when your body, mind and heart will get purified, naturally you will get a purity in you. A purity in you. And also you will get a peace within you. And you will get a type of blissful state, a pleasantness in you. That is the jewel. And that is the jewel you are going to achieve when your body, mind and heart is purified. So when you chant this mantra, that is the money. And what is the Padmeham? What is the Padma? Padma is nothing but lotus. What is the nature of a lotus flower? Lotus is the symbol of purity. Lotus is the symbol of wisdom. And lotus is the symbol of detachment. And also the lotus is the symbol of enlightenment. What happens when you become just like a flower, especially lotus flower? See, the lotus flower will grow in the mud, but it won't get attached with the mud. It will become totally detached with the mud. And that is the basic nature of that flower. Just a dewdrop on the lotus leaf or lotus flower with total detachment, just like sky. So when you chant this mantra with the help of, in the Om we have 3 letters, A, U, Ma, A, U, M. What is the meaning of A, U, M? It is the omnipotent, A for omnipotent, and U for omnipresent, and M for omniscient. What is the meaning of it? Omnipotent means the sound is eternal, and omnipresent means it will vibrates in this universe 24 hours non-stoply without any stoppage. And what is omniscient? It is the permanent sound that is vibrating, that is coming within the existence. The sound is within you, so you have to listen within yourself. Then naturally what happens? You will get the jewel. Then when your inner sound will explore, automatically peace, purity, balancing and compassion, love, all these jewels will come in you. They are the jewels. That is the monies you acquire with the chanting of this mantra. And next, you will become pure without any hindrances, without any negativities. You will become pure, just like a lotus flower. And you will become totally peaceful, without any dots on it, just like a white paper, without any negativities on it. And your life will become very crystal clear. And you are detached from this world, and you are detached from yourself, from the body, mind and matter and physical world, from attractions. Then naturally what happens? When this, in our body we have 7 centers. So while practicing the meditation or practicing this chanting, what happens? See, in Mooladhara center, one flower will blossom. It's just like a flowering. I mean, the flowering of your energies, the blossoming of your energies, and the flowering of your consciousness. So one flower will blossom. So in first center, it is the color, that is orange color flower will blossom, and in the second center a blue color, flower will blossom. And when you come to your heart center, and Buddha will spoke on the Heart Sutra also. What is the essence of Heart Sutra? So when you come to your heart center, and your humanity will blossom, and also your compassion, love, and your devotion. I mean, in Sanskrit, they will say Hridaya Kamala. So it will blossom. And when you come to this fourth center, fifth center, what happens? And your voice will become pure, and you will, whatever you will speak, you will go with the truth and dharma. So after flowering all these flowers, a one flower will blossom on your head. What is that? That is the Sahasradala Kamala Vikasam. When 1,000 petaled lotus will blossom on your head, that is the golden flower. It is in the golden color flower. So what happens when it flowering will happen? It is the ultimate flowering of every human being. They want to achieve, and they are suffering from life after lives to have this flowering. What is that flowering? That is the freedom and bliss, and that is the ultimate flowering, and that's what we call it enlightenment. What is the enlightenment? It is the blossoming of golden 1,000 petaled lotus on your head. Then naturally you will acquire abundant of knowledge, abundant of wisdom, and you are connected with this universal consciousness. That is the symbol of Padma. That is the symbol of lotus. And what happens? What is the hum? Meaning of hum? Hum means what? When you are connected with sound, and when you are get attached with the sound or light, and when your body and mind will get purified, what happens? How they will chant the mantra? What is the process to chant the mantra was, the first we will chant with the oral, mouth, with mouth. And next, slowly we will chant that mantra with mind, within the mind, without any voice. And slowly what happens? You will chant your mantra with your feelings. You will feel that mantra, that's all. No chanting. No chanting orally or mindfully. Just you will feel that mantra. After that, feeling will also go. Then only the sound will remain. So actually these mantras will work on a person to activate your inner sound. That is the Omkar. That is the Anahata. To activate your heart center. When your heart center will activate, means what happens? Then naturally you will get, and you will become perfect human being with love, compassion and humanity, and with 100% purity in you. See, you will born like a human being is not important. You have to achieve the human qualities also. Not to periphery you are a human being. Inner also you have to become a perfect human being. So why you are doing this sadhana? Not to become God, but you have to become first the perfect human being. Then naturally you will get the godliness qualities. Then you will ultimately you will become the God. See, what happens? Hum means what? When you are chanting this mantra, and when you get purified your body, mind and heart, then next what happens? You will become just like a lotus, and your flowering will come within you, within your consciousness, within your energies and within your senses, and you will become just like a flower. Then what happens? You will become that divinity, and you are not separated from that sound. You are the sound, and sound is yours. You will become one with the divinity. That is the divine sound. See, when you are going with the breath also, what is the ultimate goal of Anapanasati? What is the ultimate flowering of Anapanasati? To reach that sound. To explore sound within yourself. So what happens when you get that sound within yourself? Then naturally, slowly you will cross the meditation state, and naturally you will enter into the samadhi. On that state you will get the light. This sound and light these are just like two sides of one coin. If one will explore in you, the other will come, and it is the essence of that Om Mani Padme Hum. Actually it is a Tibetan mantra, and especially the 14th Lama, that is His Holiness Dalai Lama, had explored this mantra. Nowadays he used to give this mantra to his disciples, to the monks who want to travel in the path of Buddha or who want to travel in the path of Buddhism. So he is giving that mantra, and mantra chanting is also a periphery. Don't think that this is the ultimate, okay? This is the periphery. But after that, what happens? When you purify your body and mind, naturally you will get the meditation and you will enter into the inner silence, and naturally you will enter into the samadhi, and one day you will become enlightened. And this is the path of Tibetan monks, especially His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So, ee Om Mani Padme Hum is the important mantra that everybody should understand. This chanting mantra is not important. First of all, you have to understand the meaning of it and understand the essence of it, so that you can practice in your daily practices. And also what happens with this positive vibes, actually when we listen this mantra chanting, not our chanting, when we listen that chanting also, we will get the positive vibes. Om Mani Padme Hum. Why? Because the mantra has that depth, that purity in that. So when you get time or when you are meditativeness, so please listen 5 to 10 minutes that mantra, and balance your body and mind and heart, then sit in the meditation. It will help you. So this is the meaning of Om Mani Padme Hum, and everybody should practice it. And this is the wonderful mantra. Not only chanting, not only understanding, you have to explore within yourself this mantra. Then naturally you will get enlightenment with this mantra. So friends, understand this and go according to your inner voice and purify your body, mind and heart, and become enlightened in this life only. Thank you so much.